Hello everyone and welcome back to Contra Health Scam. So today we're going to talk about Zenith Hearing X3 by Dr. Shelton. Now this supplement that is supposedly designed to help you restore your hearing is a scam, and in this review you are going to see all the details regarding this supplement and all the reasons why you should keep your distance from this product. So without wasting much of our time, let's begin. Alright, so here we are at the website of Zenith Hearing X3, and as you can see, here is this pop-up claiming, how did this German scientist help over 1,800 seniors keep their hearing? What natural help did he use to reopen their eardrum blood vessels? And you can see these two options. You can either read the text version or continue watching the video. So let's just click over this for now and look at the video portion. As you can see from the top here, it says secret ancient herb helps restore hearing for men and women that are over 40 years old. So this is kind of very standard, and this is the so-called Dr. Shelton NMD. Notice this NMD. So it's like trying to show us that he's this kind of very important doctor or something, but we're going to find out about that later in this review. So that's basically it concerning the video portion of this website. We're not going to watch it for obvious reasons. But if you are like me, I don't have the time to waste watching videos, you can actually click here for the text version of the website. It contains almost everything that is said in the video except for some unique stuff that you will have to watch the video to actually find out what it's talking about, but it's not necessary. All you have to do is just read this text version and you get the gist of what it's talking about. So it's saying, can you guess which of these protects your hearing and which one can potentially destroy it? You give these four options and it goes on and on and on and on and on. We're not going to really read everything here, but let's read this brief profile of him. It says, my name is Dr. Shelton, and I'm one of the few physicians you will meet who has dedicated their entire career to making advances in progressive medicine. Plus, I'm also the Chief Medical Director at Zenith Labs. According to him, for the past 10 plus years, I've been working hard to educate other doctors on treatments based on my investigative and clinical research in holistic medicine, herbal medicine, and skincare. I also founded a private clinic called the Whole Body Health in Kansas City to help citizens access all natural treatments. On top of all that, I was also recruited by the University Compounding Pharmacy in San Diego to become their head researcher, formulator, and consultant. Today, I live in sun-soaked Hawaii, working as a licensed primary care physician. Okay, so this is his profile according to him, and this is where we're going to end this review as far as reading from his website is concerned. So without wasting much of our time, because there are a lot of things to talk about here which I don't want to talk about since I've already covered everything in my review over at Contra Health Scam. So let's just head over there and see all the details you need to know about this product and why you should not believe this guy and should stay away from any product that bears his name or face. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so here we are at contrahealthscam.com, and as you can see from the title here, Zenith Hearing X3 by Dr. Shelton is a scam, detailed review. So from the review summary, you can see that this supplement has a measly 2.6/10 for the following reasons. Author identity and qualification is a 5/10 because at least the author is real. So we're not dealing with a stock photo or a stolen photo or an unverifiable person. Okay, we are dealing with someone who is real. So that gets me 5/10. But whether he's qualified to produce this supplement or not is another story. So we're going to talk more about it later in the review. Meanwhile, scientific basis of the program is a 1/10 because the scientific basis is mostly rubbish. More on that later on. Presentation of the program is a 2/10. Okay, and the main reason is because of the claims being false. Then testimonials is 0/10 because this particular supplement has little to no testimonials that I know of that are actually positive, and the one that is posted on their website is just one single testimonial, and it's not enough for us to actually trust this supplement to work, so we can't take it as legitimate. And finally, pricing is a 5/10 because at $49 per bottle is relatively affordable. But as you soon find out by the time we finish reviewing this product, you see that even this $49 is too expensive to spend on this kind of worthless supplement. So let's now head to the important parts of the review so that we can know exactly what we are dealing with. Alright, so Zenith Hearing X3 was launched in December 2019, approximately around that time. I'm not very sure about it, but let's just work with this one. It claims to be the all-natural solution to your hearing problems. According to Shelton, Hearing X3 is the perfect herbal cleanse that rejuvenates your cochlear hair cells, thereby restoring your impaired hearing. Shelton says that if you are over 40 and can't stand another day suffering from straining to hear everything around you, then you should thank your stars because the Zenith Hearing X3 has now come to your rescue. Okay, so he makes more claims like that. We're not going to talk about it. So what will Zenith Hearing X3 do for you? According to Dr. Shelton, these are the things that Zenith Hearing will supposedly do for you. So you can see that on the screen. I don't think I should read all of them, but let me read some of them. Increase blood flow to your cochlear and inner ear hair cells so that they could conceivably pick up more vibrations during a conversation, even at a whisper. Reduce oxidative damage from loud noise exposure. Help wash out the toxins that can stiffen or kill inner ear hair cells, reducing your ability to detect noise below a certain decibel point. Increase glutathione levels, which helps shield you against oxidative cell damage and blood vessel inflammation created by homocysteine and cytokines, etc, etc. So what's the science behind Zenith Hearing X3? So according to Shelton, the reason why you are experiencing hearing problems as you grow older is that noise and toxins are damaging your inner ear hair cells. Then somewhere later, he claims that actually your hair cells are dying because of reduced blood supply to your inner ear, otherwise known as the cochlear, which houses your hair cells. Hair cells are the structures in your inner ear responsible for detecting sound signals. Without them, no sound signals will be detected, let alone be transferred to the brain for interpretation. So to put it simply, Zenith Hearing X3 supposedly works by restoring the blood flow to the inner ear, which will then supply the hair cells with the nutrients required for good hearing. Oh, and when it comes to the said nutrients, the supplements got you covered on that one too. So speaking of the ingredients, I have them listed here. I'm not really going to discuss them in details, but you can see the list here. First of all, ginkgo biloba is there, resveratrol is there, gotu kola is there, folate, L5-MTHF, that's a form of folic acid, and then other supporting ingredients, you can see them here, CoQ10, that's coenzyme Q10, N-acetylcysteine, vitamin C, zinc citrate, astragalus, chrysanthemum, acetyl-L-carnitine, alpha-lipoic acid, L-arginine, and vitamin A. So Dr. Shelton quoted all manner of scientific studies to prove the effectiveness of each of these ingredients listed, but I'm not going to really talk much about it, mainly because there's no evidence proving that all these ingredients have any direct effect on your hearing health. Okay, so he's just picking studies all over the place that fit his narrative, and he's just combining them together to make his supplement look convincing. But you are going to find out why you shouldn't trust this guy, beginning with this first reason why Zenith Hearing X3 is a scam. Dr. Ryan Shelton is fraudulent and untrustworthy. Okay, so we've already read his profile according to him over at his website, but now let's see what the truth is regarding Dr. Ryan Shelton. Okay, so Dr. Ryan Shelton, NMD, in quotes, calls himself a primary care physician and a leader in anti-aging medicine who practices in Hawaii. But there is a big problem with the qualifications and trustworthiness of this doctor, which we'll discuss below. Dr. Shelton has been caught lying about being an MD. Okay, he has been caught lying about being an MD physician, like me, while actually he is not. A Contra Health Scam reader sent me evidence of Dr. Shelton posing as an MD on the website of his health products. Then when he got caught, he changed his qualification to NMD, which means naturopathic medical doctor, which is not a thing. There's no such qualification as naturopathic medical doctor. There is only naturopathic doctor. That's an ND. So apparently he wants the word medical in his qualification so bad for some reason, apparently to feel like you're an actual medical doctor, okay, who went to medical school. But regardless, see what I'm talking about here. I have it embedded here, so I'll leave the link to this review in the description so that you can read, how this Contra Health Scam reader actually went to the details of exposing this guy as a fraud, especially when it comes to being an MD physician. He's not an MD physician. He's just an ND, okay? It's very, very difficult to actually find out who is actually a real naturopathic doctor. And they do not have accreditation everywhere in the world, especially when it comes to, medicine. When you compare it with an MD physician, which is accepted anywhere you go in the world, NDs are not accepted everywhere in the world because of this particular reason of trustworthiness. Okay, regardless, this guy we're dealing with is not an MD. He's just a naturopathic doctor who admittedly dropped out of medical school, so you shouldn't trust this guy. That's what I'm trying to say. It gets worse from there. So let's move on. Number 2, Zenith Labs is a shady company. Zenith Lab, which is the company behind this supplement, claims to be a team of health professionals with a revolutionary approach to natural supplements. Among other claims, Dr. Shelton says in the video presentation that Zenith Lab is NSF certified. On top of that, he claims that all the supplements manufactured by this company are made in an FDA and GMP certified facility using the strictest methods of cleanliness and whatnot. However, all those claims are false. In fact, that same Contra Health Scam leader who sent me the other proof about Dr. Shelton faking his MD qualification is that he emailed FDA and NSF to confirm these claims, and below is what they said. So this is also an embedded article here where you can see that NSF, which is like a regulatory body for supplements and products, okay, they actually replied this guy and told him that this particular Zenith Labs and their products do not have any FDA certification, nor do they have any endorsement from them. So despite what Dr. Shelton claimed in the video, they are not NSF certified, okay, which means that we are dealing with a shady company. And believe it or not, it gets even worse from here. Now let's go to the third reason. The people behind Zenith Labs were also behind scam empire Spark Health Media. Perhaps the most damning evidence that we are dealing with a scam is the fact that Dr. Shelton's Zenith Labs is the direct successor to the now mostly defunct scam empire called Spark Health Media. For those who do not know, Spark Health Media was the company behind some of the biggest health scams on the web. Contra Health Scam has been credited for being instrumental to the eventual demise of this empire, as my reviews of their numerous popular scams, example Vedia Blood Sugar Remedy, Outback Vision Protocol, and Tonaki Tinnitus Protocol, went viral and got shared far and wide. Speaking of Tonaki Tinnitus Protocol, you can see Dr. Shelton's mug prominently displayed on the checkout page of the program's website, indicating that the good doctor was indeed the mastermind behind Spark Health Media. Also, you can see his face proudly displayed, fake MD title and all, on the older version of Spark Health Media's website. Now, I've left the links to these websites in the article. I'm not going to click them, so head over to the website and you're going to see the links. They are all archived versions of these websites because I've been taking down obviously, but there is an archived version of them which you can actually look at when you read the review. Okay, so now let's go to the next reason why you should keep your distance from this product. Sparse untrustworthy testimonials. Now I've already talked about it, so let's skip this part and let's go to the final reason. The scientific basis of Zenith Hearing X3 is rubbish. Like I mentioned earlier, Dr. Shelton claims that impaired blood supply to the ear is the main cause of hearing loss and tinnitus, and his supplement will restore that blood supply to our inner ear hair cells and subsequently improve your hearing. But there's a problem. Till date, there is no evidence proving that reduced blood supply to the inner ear hair cells causes hearing loss or tinnitus. However, this hypothesis is still popular because it makes logical sense. But objectively speaking, so far, I haven't seen any demonstrable evidence that supports it. Dr. Shelton also claims that noise and toxins also cause the death of hair cells, thereby leading to hearing loss. Specifically, he claims that noise actually generates the toxins that damage your ear. So as you can see from this screenshot, he made a very, very bad and embarrassing mistake. He says that when you are exposed to noise starting at 85 decibels and above, harmful toxins cause damage to the delicate hair cells. in your cochlea, also known as your eardrum. So you can see that there's a problem here. He calls the cochlea the eardrum, which is very embarrassing for a medical doctor, because everyone knows that the eardrum is not even part of the inner ear, which is the cochlea and the vestibular apparatus. So for him, the so-called doctor, to claim that the cochlea is the same as the eardrum is just laughably embarrassing for a so-called doctor. You know, even someone with basic biology knowledge knows that the eardrum and the cochlea are different, you know, structures that are located in different parts of the ear. All right, so that's just not the kind of person we were dealing with here. Someone who claims to be a doctor but doesn't know basic things like this. Regardless, he told us a lie that, you know, noise causes harmful toxins. Okay, so excessive noise doesn't create harmful toxins. It just bends the hair cells, and the hair cells always need to be straight for you to hear properly. Okay, so this is the simple truth about noise and hearing. Noise bends the hair cells, and once the hair cells are bent, you will have difficulties hearing properly. But once those hair cells return back to their straight position, you are going to have your hearing restored back to normal. But a point will reach when there's always a perpetual bending of the hair cells, and once it remains in that permanent position, then your hearing will either be impaired or you lose your hearing ability. But take home this fact that noise does not cause toxins to go and then start damaging your hair cells. Okay, that's just laughably false. So as you can see here, the scientific basis of Zenith Hearing X3 is rubbish, because one, there is no evidence proving that reduced blood supply to the inner ear causes hearing loss or tinnitus, and number two, noise does not create harmful toxins that damages your hair cells. Noise doesn't create toxins at all. Okay, so that's what you should take away from this. So after you look at all these facts that I've laid out for you, there's no way you're going to tell me that this Zenith Hearing X3 is going to help you restore your hearing, because I don't believe it. So this is the reason why I said you should keep your distance from this supplement. So for my final recommendation, don't buy Zenith Hearing X3. It is a scam. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has been helpful for you. Please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.